Good morning, teacher and classmates. Today, my group and I are going to present our project that is about the word punishment around the world. So I will start first. Well, everyone knows that Germany is a very strict country and its laws as well. So I found one of the weirdest laws ever in a punishment too. I think it's reasonable if you think about it deeply. This consists in that you can run out of gas. If that happens, you can be fined. When you're driving in the German autobahn, you should always make sure you have enough gas in your car. On the contrary, you'll stop, and that's parking illegally. I think this punishment is so crazy, but it'll help people to be more responsible because having a car and driving is not a game. And you should always check everything in the car is going well and you have enough gas. Nearly any person can have an emergency because it's normal. But with a punishment or a fine in this case, you think more than twice with a parking fine, and you will try not to do anything wrong. If only there were a law like that in the world, I believe that there wouldn't be so many car accidents because this law was made to prevent bad situations and it's really helpful. German people must have been very careful when they are driving a car. Despite all, I think if I lived in Germany and that happened to me, I would be so afraid and confused.
Second, what causes people moisture is when criminals receive punishment. One example of punishment is the case of Andrew Victor in USA. In his car, he was listening to music at a volume that annoyed everyone near him. This behavior was disrespectful and irresponsible. That is called disrupting the peace. So he was brought to the trial. Then the judge thought that a prison sentence wasn't a good idea for this case because he hadn't committed a big crime like looting or shoplifting. So he delivered a verdict that Andrew had to pay a fine of $150, but he couldn't have paid this fine because he was a student broker. So it seems the judge bore in mind that and reduced the fine to $35, but with one condition. He also had to spend 20 hours listening to classical music. After that, he and police officer went to Opera House. The police officer reported that Andrew got worried quickly. Andrew said if only he had listened to music at low volume, he could have avoided this punishment. I think if the judge hadn't gotten this punishment to him, Andrew wouldn't have learned the lesson. USA government use this way of punishment to become more and more useful in their country.
The last punishment, Asians have some pretty strict punishment for their students. One of these resembles an Olympic gymnastics technique that involves holding hands off the ground and feet resting on a vertical surface for long periods of time. In addition, two other extreme activities such as sit-ups and running, all for students who they are late or chat during class. If we're a teacher, I wouldn't give this punishment because first I will have to listen to what the student may say for being late. In my opinion, this punishment is unacceptable and irresponsible because it could cause some physical harm to the students. I wish that didn't happen to those children. only changed, they would have a better life. Thank you.